think they did manage to, in the tournament, go positive, but like you said, in Pro Series leading up to this, they are all kind of negative in their KD. I think things are changing. The winds blow in different direction here. As far as pools go, when they took out Space Station, I feel like the sky's the limit, and we've got some questions. They need to be answered. This series, we'll answer them. Of course, this layout going to lend to us as well. Here, Tony, we've got Bazaar, CTF, Aquarius, Slayer, Oddball Streets, Strongholds Recharge, and Slayer on live fire, assuming we get there, of course, a best of 5 series today in our winners bracket.
And we're starting off with CTF on Bazaar, which is really cool because, you know, commonly back in the day was known for those super fast flag running strats. And I'm wondering if that really translated here into Halo Infinite. At the same time, eUnited have no problem slowing the game down, which when you're going into Bazaar, you're going to want to slow things down because there's no way you're going to be able to successfully push from one side to the map from the other without making sure you get those slays. They're so important. It's not like Aquarius where you can send somebody flanking and get behind enemy lines. Bazaar, everybody gets seen.
And I do think that, you know, the maps, the game types, of course, going to be a big, important part of it. But for me, it's just how well do these players on G1 play? We haven't, for me personally, I haven't seen them in a while. You've got commonly, and I guess maybe he's Ali now. He's rebranding. We've got PreDevoNatoR, who might be Devon. I think everyone's in the process of, it's a new era of Halo, so we're changing names. You got Squallaye and Marbs. I've never heard of Marbs personally as well. I think Marbs is a big question mark. And Tony, you told me he's like the glue to the team, apparently.
So, on top of you have the artist formerly known as commonly Ali, you know, the X Game gold medalist. You have PreDevoNatoR, who placed second place back in the 2016 Halo World Championship.
Right.
Then you have Squallaye, who was teamed with, you know, the likes of Status Quo back in the, you know, he's kind of a been there, done that.
Yeah.
And then you have Marbs, who I was talking to Mikowski, the co-owner of G1, because I wasn't too familiar with them, and I pride myself on knowing these guys.
New blood, I think, for sure.
And he told me, he's like, no, like Marbs is that glue player. He's the one that kind of sticks everybody together. He's not afraid to do the dirty work.
Okay.
He's not afraid to be that support player. And when you have heavy hitters like
flex,
like Ali, like PreDevoNatoR and Squallaye, you need somebody who's going to do that dirty work, and that's exactly what Marbs does.
Okay, so what this brings me to, Tony, is what are our predictions? We're going to do some predictions on screen, actually. We've got some lovely cards that we grabbed from the Alpha broadcast.
Okay, all right.
And, Tony, I think it's safe to say we're aligned in this one. We'll do a one, two, three.
That's what you think?
Well, okay, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we're aligned. Great. How could you... It's too early, I think, to predict G1. G1 have... Okay, you're going to just change it just for the sake of it. G1, they got to prove to us that they can hang with the likes of eUnited. eUnited, of course, in Pro Series, in Tournament, in LAN, regardless of where they are, they tend to pop off. Maybe Pools wasn't their best day.
No.
But Saturday is a completely new day, completely new opportunity for this team, and I expect them to pop off here in Bazaar.
G1 have already taken down one partner team in SSG. Now they have another one in their sights, but there's levels to this. eUnited, there's a former team that actually placed top 2, making it to grand finals on LAN. Been there, done that. G1, this will be a huge win for you, and I believe in you so much that I picked eUnited. Let's go.
No belief whatsoever. That's the thing, is I'll believe it when I see it, right? We need to see some proof. I think this is the opportunity for G1 now in the spotlight to showcase that they can hang with the big guns. eUnited, of course, a big gun. So is Spartan, and he'll pick up one of the most useful guns on the map to start the game. He's got the Mangler. Nice to contest for the Rockets. You know what? I'd drop a Mangler for a Rocket any day.
Yeah, but I love that play coming out of Spartan right there, starting with the Mangler in case he gets any kind of close quarters battles for that Rockets. He can easily win it. Obviously uncontested, trades it off for a Rocket and going to immediately put it to use.
Early Rocket control at a Spartan here is a great position to lock down. He knows somebody's below too. That's Marbs. Good luck for his life. He'll be chased down and deleted. And because of it, I think his team's got an opportunity to push up on flag already as well. The shotgun going to come in handy too. If anybody comes through this alleyway, they're in trouble.
Trades off a Mangler for a full Rockets, trades off an empty Rockets for almost a full shotgun.
Too good to be true.
Ridiculous for Spartan, but even that's not going to be enough to stop Marbs coming off a respawn, who gets the big kill.
This is good out of G1. If they can stagger them, lower their numbers a little bit, it's going to be very difficult to pull the flag. So Squallaye coming out, taking Nick is big, but the pressure's still on from RyaNoob. Him being alive, this vantage point, very useful in gaining back control of the enemy side of the map here. RyaNoob just needs to stay up under a lot of pressure. Teammates coming back off spawn, likely in position to help him. You can see they're already center map.
RyaNoob really stepping it up yesterday, rocking a 1.34 KD. That's actually 5th place in the entire tournament. He was, I mean, not only a high IQ player, but also he can slay with the best of them as the spike grenades coming in, has 2 in his sights, able to back down while one shot. Doesn't even have time to go for the Bulldog because he has 2 people that potentially might be chasing him, and somehow he's still alive.
He likely spotted that Bulldog, but didn't want to risk dying to go for it, so instead just rotated through. Ended up dying center map. Hopefully he called it out to a teammate. In the meantime, here's Squallaye fighting for center. Does manage to pick up that thrust. Will make him a more difficult target here. He's got Ali up above to support as well. Ali in a great position. The angle, you know what, an even better position. Now he grappled the OS to himself. Let's see what G1 can put together now that they're on the offense.
Nature coming in, putting Ali down to half shield as far as with the overshield, but still having the Mangler firing off a warning shot. A second one coming in. Ends up missing both of them, but luckily his teammate comes in for the cleanup kills. And as of right now, Ali and G1 looking very good and poised to get an early flag pull.
That was nice out of G1 right there. They got 2 dead, and they purposely kept the back base spawn open to continue to slay. Now we got the alley spawns open for the enemy team, so the overextension already coming in. I believe it's Spartan who's the last line of defense for G1. Spartan already in the doorway to stop that flag in his tracks, and where is G1 to pick up the touch? Nobody's there. Somehow Spartan by himself completely disrupting that run, and Tony, I don't like to see that.
Really tough for Spartan to go down here, but luckily his teammates are there. PreDevoNatoR going to slide in towards the cafe, putting Ali down, getting one player to one shot, but he's going to be taken care of. Meanwhile, Rayne taking down Ali off a screen as well, so that's going to allow eUnited to kind of push up. We have 2 down for G1, and numbers going in favor of the boys in red.
G1 had that situation completely under control, but they did not keep in mind the flank from Spartan. Because of it, he opened things up, and eUnited then pounced with the opportunity. Now you got Rayne with a rocket launcher. He is getting tagged up. Man's in trouble. Gonna have to play it slow for a second, but just locking down this area of the map with rockets, it's gonna make it so difficult for G1 to break out, assuming he gets to kill someone. He will take one. Those rockets sit down. Squallaye gonna fly in for the beatdown, but still, I believe G1 in position. You know what? I take it back. RyaNoob, don't forget the rockets on the floor. Once again, great vantage point to get the flag.
I was going to say, G1 not in much position when they're 3 down, but at least they're coming off a spawn and able to defend their cafe. Making the player one shot, but not able to get the kill, allows G1 to get the first one, and now they're trying to push forward. However, KingNick getting a crucial double kill.
Sometimes I wonder if that's on purpose from the devs, where you know how you die, your head gets caught in the roof. That happens all the time in this game. And I think the devs saw it, and they're like, you know what, that's funny. Let's just keep it in. I honestly love it. Little pinata action. Let's see what Rayne can do, though, as he hangs out here bottom mid. Not a good spot to be.
Rayne about to get bursted like a pinata.
Yeah.
All going down to one shot. Going to try to advance forward towards the bridge, but I don't think he knows there's 2 players baiting the cafe. Ali's going to be the first one to go down to half shields. PreDevoNatoR goes down to one shot as well. So even though Rayne and RyaNoob weren't aware that they were hiding in corners, great defense coming out of them, and now they're turning it into offense.
Once again, eUnited on the attack, but Ali with a nice little flank, he'll take one. Ali gonna try to stay alive here. Bottom shoddy, looks like he can manage to do it. Couple trades on the feed as well here. Ali gonna break out with a Bulldog and maybe give G1 a chance to be the aggressors here. Big pickup on the Nick as well.
Ali having the Bulldog in hands, also having a thrust in the back pocket that might come into play as he's checking for the dynamo grenades. They're not up just yet. Timing them are going to be crucial because they are so valuable, especially on this map when we saw that beautiful triple kill coming from Suspector just yesterday. G1 slowing things down. They know they need that pick. PreDevoNatoR going to be the first one to hit the black screen. Multiple pings going down, and here come the dynamo grenades to try to create some kind of opening.
Should ideally get to kill RyaNoob. RyaNoob being a nuisance here. PreDevoNatoR in position. Thankfully, Marbs takes it. It's an interesting risk-reward to go for these dynamos, though, right? You lose timing, potentially, that could be spent, you know, pushing off of slays. Instead, you're waiting for the dynamos bottom mid. Once you do get them, though, great way to advance onto the base here. Rayne now down. Ali going to stay up in the locker. A good vantage point to work with his team. Marbs takes one, too. Player jumps over his head, and I don't think Nick knew he was about to do that, or else it could have been a little deadly. Got scary for a second here, but things still looking good for Ali, that's for sure.
Almost saw like a front side ninja right there. Instead, now we're seeing Ali with the killing spree and still having the Bulldog starting to get aggressive, gets the first one and the assist on the second one as that flag is going to be making its way home. Nobody able to contest Squallaye. That's going to be the first flag cap coming in from G1.
G1, we've got question marks about this team. They have yet to prove themselves, but what a statement it would be if they could take out eUnited. So far, so good with the first flag on the board, and Ollie still with the shotgun here. Gonna try to be elusive with it. Sparty takes one. Nick will take him down. Nick barely surviving. Should be able to pick up the Bulldog as well and maybe use it to aggress. You can see Rayne and Sparty already have two in the feed. The grapple with Nick. This is a perfect opportunity. Gonna get up close and personal.
Bulldog gonna earn KingNick an assist, but he's gonna immediately go down to half shields. Luckily, his teammates are over towards the mid side of the map, so covering his back, and he still has one grab. He's gonna use it to immediately get into the cafe.
Right in cafe, Squallaye down below. Gotta listen for communication here. Find the opportunity to attack. Looks like he does want to come back to the bridge. PreDevoNatoR already on that garbage truck. Gonna be a nuisance. And now Nick's been spotted too, so his position here not really safe. Does he go for a pull and draw their attention? Does he wait? Looks like he's fully just waiting here. Hasn't moved the controller for a bit. Looks like Rayne will start the kill. And G1 gonna focus their resources to ensure that eUnited can't get away with that flag.
Yeah, I thought he was waiting there to kind of throw off the timing coming in out of G1, but PreDevoNatoR hunting him down, patiently taking him out. Spartan being patient as well with those shots, and they are looking good. Still having the Mangler in the back pocket. Spartan now going to try to advance forward. Meanwhile, Overshield coming up any second, and there's multiple G1 players ready for it.
Couple big trades going down bottom mid here. RyaNoob will drop PreDevoNatoR. Squallaye does break out with the OS, though, and an opportunity to get the flag. Not sure they saw him getting here either. He's checking his corners. Looks like he will pull the flag. This is going to bring eUnited back, but once again, I don't think eUnited was ready for this pull. Can he take advantage of Nick, too? Nick looking for the outplay here with the slide. Somehow stays alive, and Squallaye getting his life milked a little bit there. Can't get the flag out because of it.
Squallaye did have a bit of that overshield, and he should have been able to have the advantage. That gunfight, sadly, was not able to get the kill, and now we're seeing, once again, eUnited start to advance forward. 3 down, go G1. Spartan actually taking down Squallaye, and the entire mid-map control is going in favor of eUnited.
It's that survivability out of eUnited that's so huge here. In situations where normally players would die, they find ways to preserve their lives and create a distraction, all while it happens, though. Flag is out. Can they take it through alley here? Got a bit of an escort as well. KingNick going to be the one to run it. And so far, no challengers, assuming he gets through here. Man's got to juggle, and you always got to watch the roof on these juggles. The flag hits it, you completely lose momentum.
Yep. And that's exactly what happened right there. But luckily, KingNick still advancing that flag forward. And despite the couple fumbles, nobody able to contest them as the flag is moving forward. But he finally is going to be taken out. Look at the Dynamo grenades flying in and making everybody slow and one shot. It might be a counter cap going in favor of G1, but a beautiful trade out of Tim.
So the flag does go in, but G1, they've got an opportunity here if they keep up the aggression. So Ali's still up. PreDevoNatoR unfortunately drops. It's up to Ali. He's got a shotgun back pocket, grapple in, get up to RyaNoob, but unfortunately not able to stay alive. Marbs and Squallaye, they still have positioning on the map, so maybe they could still hold center. As I say it, though, RyaNoob does collect a shotgun. And I think the battle going to be for the OS here, Tony.
Marv going immediately for the challenge, taking down Rayne. Now has complete control of the opponent's bridge, but I don't know if he knows there's somebody hanging around over towards that double door side, advancing forward right under the palm tree, right under him. There he goes, he gets aware of him, ends up getting the kill. Beautiful communication coming out of G1, but eUnited bounced back, put them 3 down. All that offense for nothing because the flag wasn't even pulled.
Right, once again, Ali by his lonesome. 3 of them died. So if Ali can continue to draw attention and stay alive here, does grab the shotty as well, can't quite stay alive, unfortunately. Hopefully he buys some time for his teammates to push up and take position. You can see they're all now center maps. 3 of them going to fly in. Multiple trades popping up on the feed here as RyaNoob got a bead cross map onto Devon. Looks like they're both down in resources. Just the positioning here going to be useful for him.
eUnited are a heavily momentum-based team. When RyaNoob and Spartan start to go off, they get really loud in the comms. That excites everybody on their team. When they start talking trash, they start hyping each other up. eUnited are seemingly unstoppable. Let's see if they can make something happen here with a little bit less than a minute on the clock.
Exactly. Time is everything now. If you can make one high-impact play and cap a flag, that could be curtains. If you don't, we're going into overtime here. So Sparty going to drop DeVonator, and the opening eUnited need to push up. Marbs, he's calling it out. Sparty does take Squallaye, but still advantage eUnited in numbers, and they will take full advantage of this timing as well. Spartan with early shots on the Devon off spawn, but Devon ices up and keeps the defense, and that's enough to stop eUnited temporarily. You can see there's still a couple of them on their side as KingNick is lighting them up off spawn.
They were taking advantage of that timing, but they should have been taking advantage of the numbers. The shots need to come in. They need to have that teamwork coming that we know eUnited for. Them going down thanks to Marbs really slowed down any pull that could have came in. But either way, 10 seconds left. There's enough to actually pull that flag and force a sudden death with PreDevoNatoR hiding in the cafe, coming out with the shots onto KingNick. KingNick has to win this individual 1v1, but he's not up in numbers. PreDevoNatoR going in for the challenge, taking him out. Ali off a screen ends up getting a big kill as well, and that might have stopped the pull entirely. We might be going into an overtime.
We definitely are, and thanks to G1, especially Devon with the ice in 2 separate situations, winning 1v1s that he needed to ensure the defense. But here we go, Tony, overtime. And we've seen this time and time again. There's so much to fight over on this map. This opening strat can do it all, but I think the sleeper hit, the grapple hook, the ability to pull that flag with the grapple could be massive here. So let's see what these teams opt to control. Of course, Rockets, Sparty's already got him, and a kill too.
And notice how Spartan recognized that he wasn't being contested going for the Rockets, so this time he didn't stop to go for the Mangler. He actually went right for a direct path towards the Rockets, grabbed it immediately, got the kill, just changing his timing a little bit. Now allows eUnited to push forward, and they have the overshield as well.
eUnited with a full kit. Just storming the front doors here. Marb going to spawn up back base. Spartan, I think, caught a whiff of it. Nick's here, Rayne's here as well. The whole party's here. They're going to fly in. Squallaye that weak. He's going to try to double back. But as long as eUnited stay alive, things are difficult for the boys on G1 as they're dropping like flies. You can see it's up to Ali, speaking of flies, to be a defensive line for this flag because it has already hit 50 yards here.
That is by Ali immediately going down to one shot. Luckily, his teammate coming in over toward the rocket. Ali's out. Multiple go down here for eUnited, and G1 can make a run here, but they need the return first. Ali putting that player down to one shot, backing down. The bait and switch comes in, but the return hasn't just yet. There it is.
They just barely get it, just enough defense to fend off eUnited, despite completely losing that opening strat. They lost the Rockets, they lost the OS, but they still managed to overextend and save it. They got 3 minutes left to regroup here, but eUnited, Tony, once again, eUnited are just back on the attack.
Spartan going in for the challenge, but sadly going to be put down here over toward the cafe. But I like the way eUnited, I mean, they're dying, but they're dying on the opponent's side of the map. So the G1 have to actually push forward and then actually get a second round of slays before they're able to pull the flag. So as long as you're being proactive on the map, it should be successful, but be careful. Don't let G1 heat up too much, as Rayne going to be the first one to go down. Spartan and Nick answering back with back-to-back kills on the kill feed here, but Marbs defending that overshield.
PreDevoNatoR doing what he can to delay to get the OS. Like you said, he now has it, and the Dynamos as well. So all of a sudden, G1 with the opportunity to be the aggressors here. It's up to PreDevoNatoR, though. Marbs, unfortunately, does die. Rayne with sights on to PreDevoNatoR, going to whittle down his shields. And Devon what the heck is Sparty doing in double doors? He didn't see him. Now going to take RyaNoob as well. So multiple do drop. And G1 with their numbers, maybe they can inch a little closer to the flag.
Pretty sure Spartan just like moonwalked right into him.
How did I end up here?
I'm not
sure. He fell.
Either way, ends up going down. G1 still on the aggressive here. Marbs holding down the palm tree side. You have 2 players in the base. Ali not going to be the one pulling, but instead going to be support the pull as he's going to rotate back with that flag carrier, which is Squallaye.
Squallaye with the potential to end the game here. eUnited, is there anyone in position to overextend? They try to tag up Squallaye, but he makes it through the double doors. They do manage to kill him, flag and a sit down, but multiple members of eUnited dead on the feed. PreDevoNatoR with the Rockets and the flag. He's likely going to shut the game right here. There's nobody to stop him. G1, game 1 in our series, they go up and take it. Tony, could you ever have expected this?
I could, because I picked G1.
No, you damn liar.
I picked eUnited.
We both picked eUnited.
But then I switched to G1.
Because, just for the sake of it, not because you genuinely thought they would win.
G1 are your winners on that one, taking it in overtime 2-1. That's a big victory. Again, they're the partner team slayer. They already knocked SSG into losers bracket.
They did.
And now, going up against eUnited up 1-0 in the series.
eUnited feeling the hurt in HCS Anaheim. I got to say, they got second place in Raleigh. Massive performance out of them. And, of course, still maintaining, I want to say, not quite dominance, but top standings in Pro Series. All of a sudden, XSET took them down a peg for a bit as well. Remember the series with XSET went to Game 5. So G1, what a way to start. eUnited is up to them to bounce back. And interesting looking at that scoreline because eUnited, just based off of what I see, they've got a damage advantage here, Tony.
Yeah, they got the damage advantage, and I believe they even outslayed the enemy team. I mean, math's not good, you know, I'm a caster.
Maybe they did.
But it looked like they actually even outslayed the enemy team, but G1's objective efficiency really coming out on top there. As you're seeing, I believe this is Spartan stats right here, 29 kills.
Damn.
Dying 25 times, but also chucking up 13 assists as well. Is that four double kills?
That is 4 double kills. Double doubles. Back to back. I don't know. The man's, I mean, he's gonna have to be more cracked, I guess, Tony. He's typically popping off. I'm used to seeing Spartan get a lot of kills, but that wasn't enough for game 1. And I think one of the beautiful things about G1 in that situation is their ability to, despite being at a deficit, overextend and always have a player to slow them down, to slow down that flag run. Ali, I think, was the saving grace in overtime. They completely won that overtime strategy, but Ali managing to get to the base, stopping it, changed everything. Can eUnited flip the script, though, in Game 2? Aquarius Slayer, we'll have to see it.
Well, I promise you, if eUnited have another starting run here on Aquarius like they did in overtime and Bazaar, they will continue to ride that momentum on a map like Aquarius, and they will pull off a win. G1 cannot sacrifice all of the resources. You cannot lose the heat wave, dynamo grenades, and camo to the opponents. Otherwise, things will get really tough. Let's see how eUnited respond.
Don't you dare lose the resources, especially with Aquarius in that opening strat. You get access to everything. If you can lock down a base, both bases, let's say, and make spawning and fridge permanent for the enemy team.
Oh gosh.
Good luck, especially if you got a dynamo. But Tony, we've talked about it time and time again. Car side, typically the side of the map to control, especially if you got that thrust. And Spartan, I love that opening strat. He hits a quick curve, lands on the thrust perfectly, and he's already in enemy lines with it.
Love grabbing that thrust immediately off of the rip here, but it looks like his teammate is going to end up getting a big kill. That's going to be RyaNoob. KingNick does go down thanks to Ali. Spartan going in for the challenge onto top piece. Spartan all over the place, from bottom card to top piece to bottom mid. He's everywhere at the same time.
Spartan had impact on the entire map in that one sequence, Tony. It's all thanks to the slides that the man pulled off to just be in every gunfight at once. If that's how you play, you are difficult to deal with, and because of it, look at the freedom RyaNoob has with the camo and the heat wave to start to make plays. Assume that he stays alive. Man's got to get out of dodge.
If only we had a content creator who was teaching us all this slide and movement tech.
There's an opportunity there, isn't there?
Videos, yeah. We got to find somebody to do that.
Somebody to break it
RyaNoob's a good content creator. He really is. I've watched a lot of his videos as Spartan going in for the challenge with the sidekick, trading off kills with Ali, but Ali going 2 down, giving the numbers advantage to eUnited.
I will say, Shyway approved, if that means anything. RyaNoob, he was doing the analysis before I was, way before I was. I learned from him, and he still has excellent content on YouTube, so go look him up, because I guarantee you'll learn something watching his gameplay and his commentary, and I guarantee you'll learn something watching today in this series.
Spartan going right at the blue fridge, and challenging and dropping down, going in for the chase. Luckily, his teammate comes in for the cleanup, but watch out for the dynamo grenades flying in. Spartan did a great job of prioritizing his life. No wonder he always has some of the highest KDAs in all of those LAN tournaments.
I feel like you can tell just by the speed of the gameplay here that eUnited are unhappy with how game 1 went. They know they overslayed. They know they should have won it, but somehow despite it, G1 clutched up. So now Sparty, time to up the ante here. 15-10 on the board, and the man's got the wave in the back pocket. Good luck, Marbs. You're melted. Let's see what else he could do.
Well, you know what? They're allowed to overslay it in game 2. It's Slayer. It's 50 kills, take the win. 12 minutes on the clock. Overslay all you want because there's no objective getting in your way. However, it is nice if you prioritize the objective of getting the camouflage, which Squallaye ends up doing. Ends up becoming the silent assassin. Goes after the one-shot RyaNoob, but not able to get the kill. RyaNoob coming out on top. He's having one hell of a tournament.
Whether you're camoed or not, if you walk out center and you start shooting and multiple people see you, I mean, good luck for your life. Hopefully you need a camo plus an OS if you want to survive that. Instead, multiple members of G1 going to drop in quick succession. Now a 6-kill deficit for G1 as Rayne decides to slow it down a little bit. Looks like he knows Squallaye's up there. And he's going to wait for his team to start to push up to Car as well. So I like the timing out of Rayne here. Does not want to aggress until he knows he's got the help to make it happen.
And this is where your mental is going to be tested here, because Squallaye hasn't gotten a single kill yet, despite having that camouflage. I can imagine they try to get the kill. Spartan and RyaNoob are going to go after him, but he just puts his first kill on the board, having 3 assists as well. Good for him, because let me tell you, Spartan and RyaNoob like to get loud, and if they see that you're goosing halfway through the game, they're going to let you know about it.
I mean, I saw that Twitter clip against Kratos and XF from Spartan yesterday. What the heck was that? Don't get on Sparty's bad side. He will make you feel it, and so will Rayne as he drops 2, bringing us to 25-18. And G1 still have yet to answer. Maybe PreDevoNatoR's the one to do it.
PreDevoNatoR doing a great job of controlling the top side of the map, not dropping down, putting down as much damage as possible, but nobody coming in for the cleanups. PreDevoNatoR going to end up hitting the black screen. Now KingNick gets himself a couple of sizzle sticks, as Jersey likes to call them.
Is that does Jersey have a sizzle noise? He's got to get. He's got the T-shirt. He needs the patented associated noises. I don't know. Sparty gonna get the melee kill. Still up. PreDevoNatoR waiting above for his chance. They got to get to the camo. Looks like Squallaye with a second round of camo and a teammate who steals his thrust. I don't know why they did that, but let's see if Squallaye can make a play.
Squallaye having a couple of sticky grenades as well, so poised to make a nice little push here onto the blue utility. Shots looking very good. Rayne gonna force him to back down, but there's 2 players that are trying to enter that small door towards bottom blue utility. Squallaye getting into another individual gunfight, and look how steady that shot is looking coming out of Squallaye as the second one in his sights ends up getting the back smack, and G1 starting to bounce back, only down by 2 kills.
I like what you pointed out about his shots, though, Tony, right? He didn't have to get the kills in that situation. I mean, he's doing it now. Does pick up another, but just the fact that he was doing damage and putting himself in tricky spots allowed his team to pick up easy kills. Because of it, all of a sudden, this is a tie game. 29-all as Marbs drops RyaNoob. So eUnited, they came in hot, but maybe running out of steam here. PreDevoNatoR, he's speeding up as he slides his way down bottom mid.
PreDevoNatoR on the bottom B side, able to get himself a heat wave. I think the player hiding in the blue fridge. Yes, it is. And then Spartan having no idea. Easy back coming in and ends up getting the double kill. And now advancing forward is PreDevoNatoR with the heat wave out. Another one in his sight. It's going to be 3 out of 4 members down. The 4th one to go in. A squad wipe going in favor of G1 as they have taken the lead.
I think we need a comms check on the side of EU because somehow PreDevoNatoR is slipping behind enemy lines and nobody's aware of it. Once again, we've got them hiding back base, but Devin, he smells blood. Rayne will finally take the kill. All of a sudden, G1 with a 4-kill advantage. Game 2 here, eUnited back against the wall and back to the black screen goes RyaNoob.
I'm sorry, Spectre, if you can hear me right now, we go back to PreDevoNatoR. We need to go back to this man. He's 16-9, even having 2 assists. This young man is going off, and something tells me he will not be slowing down.
PreDevoNatoR looking like the predator of this game. Unfortunately, he is dead. Tony, you cursed him. What's wrong with you? We'll see if that curse bears fruit for eUnited, though, because Camo's about to pop up here. They got positioning for it. Ali gonna try to preserve his life at Fridge. The moment somebody grabs that camo, with this top map control, G1, their options are limited, though Ali picks up a huge kill. He's rotating out too, so G1 gonna try to break out of what should have been a deficit and earn kills despite it.
This game's so close right now. Both of these teams not trying to make any mistakes as both of them approaching the 40-kill mark. Ali did a great job of putting shots and staying alive in the camouflage. Once again, going in the hands of PreDevoNatoR.
G1 with no map control, they managed to turn that around and play it patiently. Now PreDevoNatoR, he's the sneaky man in the back of the base. At least in a second, we'll see Ali with him. Ali gonna draw attention. Remember that even throwing nades reveals you with camo, so you gotta be so careful about the approach here. Thankfully, there's no nade hit markers, so they can't be for sure if Devin is still hiding in the hallway. He'll take one, tries to snap back for a second. Nick does get him. 40 right now to 39 as eUnited even the odds. G1 hold on with a little bit of control, but 40, a double, sorry, out of KingNick. Keeps this close.
What a clutch double kill out of KingNick to actually put them within striking distance. Otherwise, there was really starting to create some distance in the scoreboard was G1, but only down by 2 kills. eUnited, PreDevoNatoR has something to say about that. The heat wave coming into play once again, but not able to get that kill onto Spartan. And now eUnited coming out of nowhere as Rayne picks up an easy one-shot and is now going to work across the map. Excellent communication out of eUnited. Another big kill out of Timothy Tinkler.
Rayne starting to pop off. eUnited, if they want to close this out, they got to hold down top map, and it's exactly what they're doing. You can see Rayne up on pink side, but a push through utility on the opposite side of the map is going to pinch G1, give Rayne access to camo as well. Nick already has a kill. Squallaye takes the trade, a 2-kill advantage for eUnited, and Rayne on the approach.
RyaNoob has said multiple times that Rayne is the most underrated player that we have in the league, and you're seeing it right here, right now, as he gets 3 clutch back-to-back-to-back kills, putting eUnited in favor of winning this game and still having the camouflage.
Looking like it might be curtains here, Tony. One kill left to go for this team, and it's not even going to be Rayne who has to do it. Sparty McFly across the map takes this team to a 50-44, and eUnited now back with a 1-1 in the series.
Obviously a big win coming out of eUnited, but can we give a shout out to G1? I bet you if you asked multiple teams or multiple people in the chat if eUnited were going to sweep, they probably would say yes, eUnited sweep the series, but G1 coming in hot in that game number 1, and then doing a great job of almost stealing away game 2. Obviously, United had to play near perfect Halo, and Rayne had to really step things up in order to secure that win. G1 are playing excellent Halo.
They definitely are. One thing's for sure, it feels like eUnited, no matter who they face in this tournament, it's not an easy road. Everyone is a top competitor for them. They got to fight tooth and nail, and somebody's got to pop off. In the past, it's been Sparty, and we'll take a look at the scoreboard maybe in a second. I didn't quite get to see who was the one to do it this time. And like you said, credit to G1 for finding ways to fight out of a deficit. eUnited, they started out the game in the most perfect way you could start the game. They controlled everything. They had the map locked down. They're getting spawn kills. Somehow G1 found a way to flip it around. And I think part of that came from Squallaye's play with the camo and his patience. But so on one hand, you want to give credit to G1 for fighting from a deficit. The issue for me is that they were always at the deficit. They're always kind of finding ways to break out of the map control rather than setting it themselves.
Yeah, PreDevoNatoR was going off, and the only time they had like that small lead, it almost felt like it was only a moment of time before eUnited come back and take it. It kind of, even when they were running things, it kind of felt like, okay, when are eUnited going to do it? We know it's coming, and eventually it came, and that led to a 50-44 win in favor of eUnited, but I'm still giving G1 a puncher's chance going into this game number 3. The series is tied, baby. Anything could happen.
It's about to be a hell of a series, by the way, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, whatever I call you, and everything in between. We have a quick break, I believe, for the players, not like a full-on. They got to, maybe step away, go to the washroom, come back to the setup, stretch, because clearly this could be going the distance. I mean, I didn't expect a 1-1. I didn't expect a win on the CTF Bazaar. So now all of a sudden, I think we could get a game 5 out of this. So the moment the game is ready, we're going to jump into it, of course. In the meantime, Tony, tell me a bit about the star performers, I guess. Who stood out to you so far in the series?
Well, I love Rayne. I love RyaNoob. I feel like they've both had their kind of shine, but the leading slayer on this team and kind of the emotional engine of this team is Spartan. Spartan the dog is absolutely incredible. And why don't we take a look at some of these stats?
Holy crap.
233 kills. This is one day of action. We're talking about literally 3 games. We're talking about 3 games that he was able to put 233 kills on the board and 117 assists to go along with it.
I mean, shout out to Spartan 117, John, Master Chief, who is rocking the assist. I mean, not that it's a coincidence, of course, but Sparty, his name is Sparty. He's got Master Chief level assists, and the dude's been popping off all day yesterday. If you didn't get to witness it, when you get the chance, I'd say go back in the past broadcast. That Recharge, was it Strongholds, I believe, or Slayer game that we witnessed, the moment that Sparty picked up the shock was the moment it was game over. Yeah. He literally did not miss a shot, to the point where it's hard to know which one to get, because they're all hype. It's like, I can't just keep getting the hype about every headshot. He's just going to keep hitting them. It's like, I don't know. It was wild to see. So Sparty definitely the point to focus on for that team. Always has been, and I expect it to continue that way in the foreseeable future. But with G1, who is your player to focus on, Tony?
I mean, I love what Marbs brings to the table. Like I said, Mikowski, the co-owner of G1, letting me know that he's that glue player. And to be honest, throughout the series, I'm actually seeing that. But when I think of G1, I think of Ali, an X Games gold medalist, the artist formerly known as commonly throughout 3 series. I said 3 games, excuse me. 3 series yesterday, putting up 208 kills with also 117 assists to go. So Spartan got 117.
What's up with that?
Ali got 117. Is there some kind of special number with 117 in Halo? I'm not sure.
There's a hidden code here, and I think if you decipher it, you will get access to extra Twitch drops. So figure it out. Good luck. But yeah, maybe there's a secret to it. I will say, interesting trajectory we've seen for Ali's career in Halo. Very early on, he became noticed. He popped off in the spotlight. Ended up on Evil Geniuses. Got an X Games gold medal. So that was the start of his career, and almost kind of like the highest point that you could ever get to start your career. Made it very difficult, I think, to continue to hit that level of achievement throughout. Despite it, he did play on top teams throughout Halo 5. At the very end, with the transition to Infinite, he retired briefly as well, disappeared for a little bit, and came back as Ali. He was previously commonly. So now there's question marks because he was somebody that I think was in contention for a top team in the league before he stepped away. Now that he comes back, we start to wonder, okay, will he jump back to that top standing once again? I think he can, absolutely.
Yeah, I got the chance to actually sit down and talk to Commonly, and first of all, great guy. Right off the rip,
just a good,
amazing guy. He loves basketball too. Actually, I started playing basketball recently, so we talked about that. Loves to cook. You know, I don't get this big and I like food. Let me tell you.
You're saying he's husband material.
I mean, I don't know if that's the same, but possibly. Somebody's out there.
Girls like a guy who can cook. What can I say?
Very true. But on top of that, he's also has a high IQ for the game. Him and Kalish, there's a reation why they've always kind of stood together.
He studies the game. He does his homework.
Like we did some film review with each other, and he's just like we actually turned the outlines off, and he's just like spitting out. Okay, this is what he's thinking. This is what he's thinking.
Yeah.
This is what we're doing. We're taking this perimeter, and as soon as we do that, this is gonna happen. And we turn the outlines on. It's exactly what happens. He's literally calling plays like Tony Romo commentates NFL. Like he's literally reading offenses and defenses, which was really, really cool to watch with Commonly. Yep. But now we're going to see if he can read G1. Because we're going to the streets. Whenever you want to fight, you got to go to the streets. And with the series tied up, there's no other place we can go.
Some players, some teams, maybe they skip their homework, but not G1, not Ali, and you know what? Probably not eUnited as well, especially with RyaNoob on that team. This is a hell of a brawl, a series that looks like it's going the distance. Currently 1-1, Game 3 here now, Oddball on Streets. I can't wait to see where this goes, Tony. This will set the momentum for the rest of the series.
Lots of goodies to control here on the streets. You know, when you spawn over towards that subway side, you want to prioritize the thrust and maybe make sure you have somebody with a stalk rifle. Meanwhile, in PD, you want to grab onto that drop wall and then make yourself towards that bulldog because it has so much ammo in the clip. Spartan doing a great job of controlling the B street sides and without any timing loss whatsoever, drops towards bottom mid and gets the double kill onto PreDevoNatoR. I don't think they expected that.
Tony, I like what you said about no timing loss, because he flanked straight through so quickly through that B side that Marbs wasn't ready for it, Devin wasn't ready for it, and now Rayne got a free rocket launcher because of it. So now eUnited walking away with early control and the artillery as well.
eUnited start off all of these games so well. Their starting strats are absolutely incredible, and G1 simply aren't ready for that. Rayne coming in with the rocket launcher, getting the big kill onto top subway. The ball in the hands of G1, but they do not have the numbers. They do have the bulldog, but Rayne don't give a damn.
Squallaye not going to be able to see too well after that headshot, that's for sure, Tony. We'll see if Rayne can rotate the ball out to a safer position here. Got the shotgun to work with as well, so a bit of a juggle to get there. But thankfully, the team is here to escort him. 20 points and counting as Rayne still has it. I'd like to see him drop it, though, and play defense, especially with the drop wall and all the resources they got.
Rayne having the ball over towards the back A side of things. I think both of us agree that this is the setup that we want to see out of both of these teams. You know, the C side setup is nice, but something about having this whole A side and be able to watch these entrances from multiple angles are so important. As RyaNoob sitting over towards top A, look, he's using that pole to block off that line of sights, but there's 3 players moving towards the Purple Street Cafe side of the map.
G1 have been patiently waiting for their opportunity to enter the fray here, but as I say it, RyaNoob slips right through the middle, puts damage on everyone with the AR. Drop combo AR with BR. You don't see that too often, but RyaNoob makes it work. And so far, 43 points because of it. G1, did they finally find their way out of this mess, though? I don't think so. Sparty, Rayne, they take 2 kills. Spawners up in purple, and PreDevoNatoR already feeling the pain off the nades. Thankfully, Ali will take Sparty. Ali drops, though. Where the rockets? DevoNatoR has him, and he's got to get something with it.
3 down go G1, but PreDevoNatoR, the final player alive, doing a great job of slowing things down and waiting for his teammates to spawn up. Now they have a great push coming in. PreDevoNatoR now making his way onto the B side of the map, going in for the challenge onto RyaNoob, as they now have these newfound numbers, and eventually this is going to convert into some ball time.
Especially if Sparty can shut G1 down, or I guess it won't convert if he does. Looks like Ali's making a good rotation back to Subway to ensure that they get as many points as possible. Sparty already taking kills though. DevoNatoR down for the count. Ali, limited resources, gonna toss the ball in a baitable spot. Let Squallaye work with him to get a couple kills. RyaNoob, next victim, though the man does not die. Now Ali out, and RyaNoob the line of defense. Cross map AR, and what is this, Halo 5?
That was a great play by RyaNoob, though, and then somehow rotates all the way toward the opposite side of the map, getting towards the B side, and now we're seeing a push out of him and Spartan. So love this play coming out of them, but Spartan will be the first player to fall. And now RyaNoob gets the cleanup kill, having another one over toward the bottom B stairs, who's trying to rotate, goes in for the challenge, but RyaNoob is ready for that one.
eUnited so quick to flip the map and take the setup, and look at that, RyaNoob in a cheeky spot up on that fence. Marb did manage to sneak back base, so maybe he's got a chance. Nate in. They're aware of the fact that he's here. Rayne still with the shotgun, though, going to get up close. And Sparty does take the trade. Rayne still alive, can play defense. Picks up one, picks up not. Okay, he will take a second.
Come on.
Ali for the third, but Ali does turn it. And does that give him a chance for the ball? Looks like it might briefly, but the man does not have resources, and they got to play for rocks.
What a play out of Rayne. He's somehow 8-2 and has 75 seconds worth of ball time here in round number 1. So really being efficient on the map. But one player that's going to be efficient as well is going to be Spartan. Ends up getting the kill and earns himself a rocket launcher. Not quite getting the kill on that one, but there was a player literally right in front of him. What? I'm not sure. Alex, what was that?
Did he come from the balcony above and not see it? Maybe a bit of a mix-up in communication timing, but Sparty's so surprised by it, he killed everything. He's like, oh, well, if I'm going down, I'm taking you with me, that's for sure. Thankfully, though, I guess G1 still got a setup.
If that was me and somebody was walking alongside me like that, I would have just assumed that was my teammate. I honestly wouldn't have even known.
Let's go, bro. Come on, come with me to Subway.
There's no way I'm going to shoot this man. I mean, clearly we're friends. We're buddies at this point.
I mean, that does happen to me with the outlines sometimes, I will say. I'll do a double take. But these pros, not too often will you see it, and not too often will you see them die in these fights, though thankfully for Sparty, he wins it. Marbs going to be forced to toss the ball out, does sit out front. G1, they need to find some sort of an answer here. They don't ever seem to have weapon control. They don't seem to have the advantage in slays in any of these situations. I mean, if you look at the scoreboard, Tony, 11 out of Nick, 10 and 10 for Sparty and Rayne. It's looking impressive in the slays for eUnited, and until G1 can find an answer, this is going to end in a couple seconds. 98, 99, and the close of the first round to eUnited.
Love the setups coming in out of eUnited, unselfish gameplay, and Rayne really kind of that MVP of that game, because not only was he slaying on the team, but he also was doing a lot of the objective work as well. eUnited are now one round away from stealing the momentum here in the series.
G1, the map flips for round 2 in Oddball, so G1 with the advantage side spawned the high ground, and you'd hope that they would use that to make a play early on here. Ali does live, PreDevoNatoR stays up as well, so the combo of the two, look at the pinch they've got onto Sparty. Sparty knows he's in trouble, so he backs out, and I think that does give G1 rockets to start, and the ball as well. So that's the beauty of spawning high ground, is if you're quick and efficient, you can turn this into a setup, and then you can bring the enemy to you and use the rockets to delete them, or, you know, don't get a kill and barely survive. Things might be difficult for G1.
Multiple players here on G1 watching the purple side, but the slays are going in favor of eUnited. Rayne ends up picking up a double kill, and now once again going right for the ball. Love the, again, unselfish gameplay come out of Rayne. Goes in for the double kill.
Yeah.
He's not looking for the triple. He's not looking for any more. He's going right for the objective because he always has his eyes on the prize.
I'm getting deja vu, Tony, because this is looking like an exact repeat of the setup, though thankfully G1, they break it quick. Look at that, Marbs with a double. Gonna reduce the resources down to just about 0 here as RyaNoob. He'll go down as well. Squallaye gonna make sure he doesn't get far. So G1 doing a great job of ensuring that setup does not take place. It does seem like each member of eUnited has specific roles though, right? RyaNoob and the Shoddy, or sorry, Rayne and the Shoddy. But Squallaye, it's his turn.
Squallaye bouncing back between tires and that PD stair side. He knows if anybody's gonna make a run, it's gonna be from there. The first kill gonna go down, but he goes down to one shot, so the cleanup comes in out of Spartan off a screen. Nick takes down Ali, and once again, numbers advantage going towards eUnited. What does G1 do? They rotate the ball towards the purple side and getting it as far away from eUnited as possible.
Definitely a good answer at a G1 with the limited options they had. And Marbs right now not going to waste any time aggressing here. Squallaye does have a trade on the feet. RyaNoob's not expecting Marbs to be there, but turns and burns him. And yeah, makes him feel it too. He's going to leave a couple bags behind. And I wonder if that hurts G1 mentally. We'll see.
RyaNoob out here giving some bad manners. All right, I love to see that. And Marbs the newcomer. Like, if you're going to go after anybody, why are you going after Marbs as Spartan? And he made himself. What?
Oh no!
He dropped the drop ball, dropped the nade on the actual pivot of it. It bounces back and kills himself. I don't know what's going on. Alex, I've lost control.
Tony,
of the game.
I looked away for a split second. I didn't even see it happen. So you know that's on my bad, I guess. But anything can happen in these games is what I've learned.
Somebody
any second. I mean, look at this little ring around the rosy here. Squallaye being such a nuisance. He finally dies to Nick. And now RyaNoob with freedom to get straight up to Ali, though. Ali with the reticle placement to take that kill. He was ready for that fight.
Spartan throwing an excellent nade over towards the spawning players on PD. Ali gonna run into it and take about half damage coming in from that grenade. Spartan got to back down. High IQ plays coming out of him, while KingNick off a screen ends up getting a double kill. So great job by KingNick to come in for the cleanups. And you know, I want to switch on board at some point with Nick. I feel like we haven't had much camera time on him, and he's definitely been kind of slaying out here in this game. He's kind of like the silent assassin of the team.
Not so silent with his shotgun though, that's for sure. Just going to play his life carefully. You can see eUnited have turned a ball setup out of this situation. Back A, it's up to G1 to break the defenses, and up to KingNick to ensure that doesn't happen. Good luck to Ali. That's 3 dead.
What's the other one?
And wait, make it a 4th. PreDevoNatoR.
What is
whoa. He's alive. Barely. That was awkward, but eUnited, they got a full setup because of it.
You know what, though? It just tells you about the unselfish play come out of eUnited and how they're always willing to play for each other. As soon as shots go in, at least one player's going to look towards it. So even though that should have been an easy double kill come out of KingNick, his teammates having his back right there and saving a bit of embarrassment. And now KingNick ends up coming in for the double kill, securing those rocket launchers while eUnited are still holding on to this setup.
Good guy RyaNoob there, just being a line of defense to ensure KingNick gets to just sit in the corner and stay alive with these rockets. Now that he's alive, he can flank on through with them. Rayne gonna draw the attention. He's actually in trouble though. The entirety of G1 looking for a 4-man push onto PD, and KingNick back in the action with good timing, though he dies. 90 points so for eUnited. G1, they had 50 to start, and they can't get any seconds, or they, at least until now. They gotta hold it though.
Yeah, there's no way they can allow eUnited to get any more points, because those final points might be the final seconds in this entire game, as G1 needs to put back-to-back rounds to steal this game away. PreDevoNatoR going in for the challenge onto RyaNoob. RyaNoob coming out on top, ends up catching a grenade, putting him down to half shields. They know exactly where RyaNoob is going, and they're literally not allowing him to exit the PD side, but somehow RyaNoob nerding out with that grenade, ends up getting a kill, and he has broken out over towards bottom A. And look, they need 3 players to take down RyaNoob. They need everybody.
They need everybody, and they need Squallaye to pop off. The man got a double, ball still out. And they can't grab it just yet because G1 has numbers. This is massive at a G1. They just need to make sure that they stay up. If they go 4 dead, it's GG's, it's curtains. As long as they can keep at least 2 members alive here, I think they got a shot to contest this ball when things are looking dicey. And I like this out of Squallaye just hiding here. Nick, how does he know?
Oh, come on.
Dude, the awareness out of these guys. They must have spotted it on on a death cam or something. That you can't hide from eUnited, and because of it, they're all about to die.
I mean, it's a very popular space, so I mean, you know, it might have just been a nade check, and he happened to be checking exactly where he is. eUnited slaying out G1, putting them 3 down, grabbing onto that ball, and that's going to be game number 3. eUnited have taken control of the series.
They've taken control of this series. They've gained momentum in a massive way because, honestly, Tony, looking back on that game, G1, at no point did I feel like G1 were threatening EU in any way. That was dominant in both rounds. They had a good opening start for round 2 off of the fact that they had the favorable spawns on the top of the map. But I mean, after that opening hold, that was it. That was curtains. eUnited, they bounced back. They're aware of them in every situation. They seem to be, predicting and countering their moves and outslaying. When we take a look at that scoreboard, I think I saw multiple players that were double or even triple negative on the side of G1. Maybe. You know what? I take it back because that was just one round. But still, look at the negativity. We have multiple double negs. 11 and 20. I mean, you don't want to see it. They're getting outslayed.
You're the one being negative right now. Stop attacking my boys on G1.
I'm just real.
We have one bad game, okay? We gonna come in. We gonna bounce back in the game number 4. Yeah, I don't want your negativity.
Look, if anyone's going to be critical, I'm sure it's the players themselves because they expect greatness. They came here to win. They know they're talented. I know all these boys are incredibly talented, way more than I am at the game. So when you go negative like that, that's obviously not your objective. You got to flip it around. You got to flip the script and start winning these 1v1s, or else you're not going to get the opportunities to control map. You're not going to get the opportunities to hold the ball. I think we have another objective coming up next. And this is the last opportunity now for G1 to showcase that they can hang here, because eUnited, after game 1, I think game 1 for eUnited was like, okay, wake-up call. G1, they're no slouch. We got to take them seriously. And now that they've started to, things are getting lopsided as the series goes on.
And one thing that kind of scares me about eUnited is the fact that they can change the pace of a game. They really remind me a lot of a Cloud9, because if they need to slow things down and get those numbers, they can do that. If they need to speed things up, they have no problem doing that as well. And on a map and game type like Strongholds Recharge, you need to be able to speed up and out-rotate the enemy team whenever they try to go back at you. And I believe eUnited have the ability to do that, and that's why they might end up winning the series right here, right now. eUnited going against G1. Alex, tell me about the keys to success on this map and game type.
Control the weapons. Like always, Tony, control the weapons. Control A and B, I'd say. A, B hold, because you got attic and you've got top A with optimal lines of sight to then spawn your opponents in the long haul with very limited options. If you can lock down the map with a shell from A to attic, then I think you can definitely oppress them. Pick up the Mangler, by the way. First thing you do, pick up the Mangler, then get into a setup.
Well, Spartan not having a spawn towards that Mangler, but you know what? We know how dirty he can be with the shock rifle. He's even going to prioritize that over the camouflage. Ends up missing the first no-scope to the body, but still going in for the challenge as Spartan ends up getting a big kill to start things off. G1 going 3 down.
Tony, you asked me about keys to success for G1. I forgot to say, don't let Spartan grab shock. Key to success number 1, do not let this man get away with a shock rifle, because right now, the biggest key is right on screen, and I'm a little worried about G1. 12 points of counting here, AB hold. PreDevoNatoR with an attempt on Disparty, but just an attempt. They got to kill the man.
Easier said than done. Spartan, one of the hardest kills that we have in the game, as he ends up getting the perfect kill onto Ali, the final player alive on G1. If we make that all 4 going down for G1, and eUnited are going in for the trip cap.
3, make it 4 members of G1, all starting to push up through long haul here. And Sparty aware of it. I like the flank that he's going to make here. KingNick can't take the fight with Devin, so Devin will earn that section of the map. They got back pipes. They got to make use of it, though. Full trip cap against them as time is bleeding in the favor of eUnited, and Sparty still just being a nuisance as he rotates around, taking cheeky angles with the shock rifle. Look at this angle.
And that's one thing I really like about Spartan, is that even though he's playing with the shock rifle, which normally notoriously want to slow things down, he's always on the move. So he shoots over from gold, he rotates to long haul. Now he's shooting from long haul, rotating back to gold. That's going to allow it to be very hard for him to finally take him down. As Spartan ends up getting the melee kill, but finally Spartan goes down. But it's easier to say the damage has been done. He's currently 4-1 and a nice lead going in favor of eUnited.
I mean, one opening setup, we got 86 points and counting, and G1 have a single point to answer. It ain't easy when eUnited have control, and the only way that control will flip is if G1 can find a way to win their fight. So far, they're 2 dead. Ali getting lit up off his spawn. Squallaye doing whatever he can just to do damage, but it's not enough. eUnited winning every fight here. KingNick takes back A, another trip cap. G1, like I said, right, they came out hot, and I think eUnited, they got a reality check for a second. They said, okay, we'll take them seriously. Now let's play for real.
When I'm commentating, I'm always watching the action. I'm listening to you, but about every 4 to 5 seconds, I look at the numbers on the top scoreboard.
Sure.
I always see G1 3 down. At no point in time do I see
dead.
G1 having 4 players up right now. eUnited are heavily slaying them And that's the reason why they have such a big lead, 141 to 1 point going to G1. That's what we call G1, 1 point.
G1 means one point on the board, apparently. Until they get a second point, which they might do right here. 2 points. They're G2 now. Wait, we already got a G2. Oh. Well, you know, maybe they'll get past 10 too. They're holding on to AC. Not the best setup in the game, but not the worst either. You still got some points in your favor, but you got a rogue Spartan the dog with a shock rifle just being a nuisance. How is this man still alive? Ali now dead. As Sparty, they can't find him, and when they find him, he's jumping out of your sight line with a grapple.
Shock rifle coming in out of Spartan, now hunting down Squallaye. Squallaye was the predator, but eventually turns into the prey out of Spartan, who hunts him down. And once again, numbers going in favor of eUnited. What do? They take advantage, they up the tempo, they put G1-3 down, and they take control of the map as they work towards a trip down. Oh my. Hold that, Spartan.
I mean, you know, obviously PreDevoNatoR meant to throw the stick in that location. Did he mean to stick Sparty the moment he challenged? Probably not, but, you know, we take those. That's for sure.
You don't know PreDevoNatoR.
I don't know his
life.
Right. That was calculated.
He could be a psychic. You don't know.
You know what? If he's a psychic, then hopefully he didn't predict the end of this series, because it ain't looking good for him. That's for sure. Not good for the confidence if you predict an L. But you know what? PreDevoNatoR, maybe he can flip it around. He's got a camo, he's got a mangler, and a slow play out to C. They got a good setup, too.
Camouflage and mangler in the hands of PreDevoNatoR, but RyaNoob not even able to take him down despite having the sword in hands. PreDevoNatoR actually not going to pick up the sword, maybe saving it for one of his teammates as he works his way over towards Charlie. And now we have a trip cap in favor of G1. They're saying, hey, don't count us out just yet. We can make a run at any point in time. This is Halo Infinite, baby.
I don't know how I feel about the situation here. I mean, I do like pushing for a trip cap when you do have the opportunity, but if you don't play it well, you just die, you lose your life over on C, and then eUnited for free kind of push through, take back both B and C. Thankfully for G1, they've got some high ground. PreDevoNatoR off a spawn. He can light players up in long haul. He's now down for the count, though, and now A being capped again as eUnited, they look for the trip.
Marbs going down to one shot, able to get the kill, but not able to put any objective plots on the board as a trip cap once again going in favor of eUnited. That's almost approaching the 200-point mark, while G1 are still in the double digits.
G1 heavily outslayed. The scoreboard says it all. 4-11 out of Ali, 4-11 out of Squallaye. They need to start winning 1v1s. And the only way to do that is to just be a step ahead on timing, positioning. And it just seems like they're always not ready for the fight. They're being chased down, right? Sparty so aware, drops down on top of Devin, gets out with a red bar. Now 2:16 and counting, and if they don't answer quick, it's GG.
Spartan advancing forward over towards Alpha, working on yet another trip cap. It's only 250 points to take the win, and with a trip cap going in favor of eUnited, G1 are really on the ropes and are about to get knocked out.
Tony, you said it. I think that's it for this map, this series. eUnited just looking too strong, too in control. 48, the final seconds go in, and G1 unfortunately cannot answer. eUnited, despite the close start, they come out of that series way on top.
And you're looking at the screen right now, Spartan with the thumbs down, RyaNoob with the peace signs up, just saying goodbye.
Rayne saying, call
G1.
Me, baby. Is that the call? Or is that's
Nick, man.
Sorry, Nick.
Rayne's hitting you with an okay.
my guy. That looks like. Why does it look like like Ross or something from Friends? Or, they're quite the bunch. That's for sure. Quite a game.
16-2.
And 16. That's an actual scoreline. Tony, 16-2 out of Sparty. That's probably why the score was so lopsided. I think that's your answer right there. 16-2.
That's disrespectful, Tyler. Tyler, we're gonna have a talk after this. You can come out here and slay all you want, but you're gonna come and style on these guys in G1 Spartan. I know you. We're gonna have a talk. I'm gonna talk to him. I'm gonna call him after this.
You got some big old cojones then, my man, because if there's anybody I would talk to on eUnited, it's definitely not Spartan. That dude he's very scary.
Yeah, when he starts yelling.
When he gets serious, man, he really does. You do not want to be on the other end of his BR. The thing about Spartan as a main slayer is I find, you know, some main slayers back, we were talking about this yesterday with Clutch. You got a player like Cloud, for example. Cloud is a very kind of, he's very calculated, very methodical in how he plays. He does not give up positioning. He holds ground, especially in a map like Narrows. He just sits in the back of Narrows, will get kills after kills and barely die. But then Spartan, he goes in. He's a slayer, but he gets up in your face.
Yes.
He doesn't just play for high ground and play it patiently, let his teammates kind of push up. He's the main aggressor.
Yes.